Now we'll go to the second competitive force. And the second competitive force is threat of entry. Threat of entry are challenges that a new industry entrant needs to overcome to enter a particular industry. Attractive industries are categorized with high barriers to entry, which discourages competitors from entering that industry. There are some key barriers to entry that we need to take into consideration when analyzing this. The first one is scale and experience. In industries with high fixed costs, economies of scale play a key role because all the companies have reached large-scale production where they produce high levels of output to distribute the high fixed costs and can therefore reduce the cost of the product, which may be difficult for new entrants to do. Another barrier to entry comes from the experience of the company. Organizations that have been in the industry for longer can produce more efficiently than the new ones, and this gives them a cost advantage as opposed to the new entrants, which are still on the learning curve. Additionally, the greater the number of customers utilizing a product, the greater the effect of customers using the same product. Therefore, the more the customers, the greater the value received from using that product. This leads to a high barrier of entry for new entrants, since existing customers are unwilling to change from the existing organization. Second is the access to supply or distribution chains. Customer and supplier loyalty and direct ownership of distribution channels leads to high barriers of entry to certain industries. Because the incumbents have access to patents and have a greater brand identity, this leads to high barriers of entry as well. This is because the existing company gets to control the supply of raw materials and as well as their distribution channel. The third point is high capital requirements. High capital requirements lead to high barriers to entry, whereas low capital investment lead to low barriers of entry to a particular industry because it becomes more affordable for a new entrant to get in. The fourth one is the legislation or government action. Regulations can be prohibitive to new entrants intending to enter a certain industry, whereas deregulation can lower the barriers to entry for new entrants. And such regulation could include market regulation, government action to protect certain industries, or patent protection. The fifth point is expected retaliation. When a new entrant perceives that their entry into an industry will be met with intense retaliation, which may make entry extremely expensive, this could act as a barrier.